Welcome everyone. I've been able to spend a couple weeks with the Lexus LX, a couple different trim levels, the F Sport and the Ultra Luxury right here. And I've got some things that I like and don't like coming right up. Now, full disclosure, this is not a full review. If you want to see all the details in a full review in a more objective style, be sure to look in the description below because I've got two of them and a night video. Now, starting with my dislikes, in no particular order, we're gonna hop inside. This is nothing major with the dislikes here, but it's that you don't have the same kind of high-end features you'd expect like you'd get on some other $100,000+ vehicles. One of those things being all the multiple adjustments you get on some seats. Like there's no bolster adjustments, there's no individual adjustments for the upper back, the middle back, things like that. The headrest does not move forward and backwards, and there's no massaging function on here either. You also only get one pane roof. There's no dual pane or triple pane or panoramic roof. It's just the one singular plane. The digital display is nothing fantastic, not a big deal to me, but some of you might be looking for that. And even up here in this top ultra luxury model, we don't have a wireless charging mat. You will in other models, but not in this one. That's because it's in the back seat. Even though you get a 360 camera, this doesn't park itself like a lot of different vehicles do nowadays, especially something big like this. Some of you might be looking for that, but you don't get it. Another thing I maybe expected at this price point. So even though it is super expensive, it's a little bit sticker shock like because it just doesn't have quite as much of the wow factor with some things as other expensive vehicles. All right, y'all, the first thing I'm gonna say that I like, in no particular order, actually this one's probably my favorite. It's the fact that the Ultra Luxury gets this serious executive style seating. You've got this ottoman right here. You can control that seat from back here, and that entertainment screen. Those are standard on this Ultra Luxury model. Let me show you everything. So before we dive into the screen, you've got AC vents right there, multiple charging areas. You've got a storage bin. You can cover those up. We've got these cup holders. We've got this nice soft armrest, a wireless charging mat. Look at this back here. This is even nice. You can pop this up, have storage there, more USB ports, headphone plugins, headphones to listen to your stuff. On the window, we've got this pull-up shade. We've got a vent up there, and we even have a vent right up overhead that we can close off, and it feels fantastic. Not to mention that little third window has a pull-up shade too. There's an overhead reading lamp that is literally directly down to where you can read without it being bright in your face. This display allows you to do so much. First of all, you can kind of customize things back here. You can turn on that lamp. You've got massaging seats and different types of massage, different levels of massage for both of these seats back here. We also have all of these adjustments where you can control your seat, the left seat. You have memory settings, one-touch adjustments to make your seat go back to normal, one-touch adjustments to make that seat go down, that ottoman pop up. It's fantastic. You can control the climate back here. You've got heated and ventilated seats, plus your own climate control for each side. You can control where the air comes from, including that vent straight up overhead. And you can play your audio back here. You can adjust the tilt of that display, the volume, what station you're listening to, and even how it sounds, or if you listen through your headphones. And there's stadium seating back here, so you actually sit up higher so you have a good view, and it helps to prevent you from getting car sick. I mean, this is legit back here. There is so much to cover back here. It's awesome. The sound system sounds great back here too. And it's just, this is the place to be in this ultra luxury. Now, this LX also gives you multiple color ambient lighting, but it has one big drawback. As soon as you go into drive, it goes completely dim to where there's really not much of it at all. Now, one thing I like on the flip side of me complaining about missing some high-end things is that even though it is luxurious, it's still easy to use. It's a touch screen and it's an easy layout, easy to get used to, nothing too complicated. We have a touch screen, it's easy to use, it's nothing too complicated. You still get a volume knob. You've got actual controls and easy to use controls and buttons and knobs, unlike some vehicles where it's very much touchscreen oriented. Even down here, we've got some dedicated buttons and controls. You don't have to dig into the screen to turn on your heated seats or things like that. It's something that I appreciate. You still have a regular physical shifter right here, and it's just, you know, a small thing, but I like having something that's not like getting a brand new complicated vehicle that takes a while to learn how to use. Okay, another dislike that I have is the fact that you only get one engine option. You know, when you get to this price point or this class of vehicles, you'll sometimes get a couple options or something extremely potent and powerful. And this is powerful, but we don't have a V8 anymore. We don't have that hybrid that Toyota offers with this 3.5-liter twin turbo. We only get this 3.5-liter twin turbo power plant. And it's powerful, it's good, but I'd like to see another option, and I definitely miss the V8 with the LX. All right, y'all, now my next like is gonna be behind the wheel. So it's the fact that, as you would expect in the top-end luxury vehicle, this is quiet and it has a nice smooth ride. So this has the variable suspension. The last one I was in, the F-Sport handling, had a Sport Tune suspension, which was still comfortable even though it was a sportier suspension, but road noise and wind noise is very low in here. You've got laminated glass here, laminated glass there. It makes for a nice, quiet, comfortable ride. In fact, not just this window, the backseat window even has laminated glass. So if you're looking for a quiet ride, a comfortable plush ride, you even have a comfort mode, you've got a comfortable steering feel. It's just, it almost feels like it floats on top of things sometimes, even though we have big wheels in here. Now, another thing I don't like, I've complained about this on Lexus and Toyota models before because they're all like this, is that their remote start is terrible. So you got a 3-press lock and then hold, and it'll start. The range of the key fob is terrible. The responsiveness of the key fob is terrible. Yes, you can use your phone to remote start it, but you will have to pay for that service. And even if you do that, it's still going to do this. It's gonna shut off. Not a big deal, not a problem, but it's annoying. And when you're paying this much money, I wouldn't expect that. That's annoying, especially if your range is terrible, so you have to be close to your vehicle to start it. If you're gonna load kids up or groceries up or something like that, where you're gonna go there first, the vehicle's gonna shut off, and when it's 100 or 0 degrees, you kind of just lost your benefit of warming or cooling. Now my next like, behind the wheel again, I'm gonna put us in sport mode. It's Sport Plus actually. It's the fact that even though I ragged on this only having one engine option, the engine option that we have is still a good one. It is powerful, it is smooth, and it's got a lot of torque. Partial pedal, the torque comes out very early. It gets this going quickly without having to mash on the pedal. Now, the torque in here is closing in on 500 pound-feet, and this is a big vehicle, but that helps us with towing, that helps us with low speed acceleration, in-town driving, and it still handles fairly well. So I mean, this is the last thing I talked about, was that it was quiet and it was comfortable, but it also is just powerful enough and a smooth transmission most of the time. So I don't think most of you are going to miss the V8 unless you just love the naturally aspirated feeling of a V8 and the reliability of that V8, but this one still has a very nice powertrain too. So to wrap things up on this LX 600, what are some things that you like and some things that you don't like? Knowing Lexus, I knew that it wouldn't be anything completely revolutionary, you know, things that other brands don't have, but they certainly improved the LX from before in terms of a luxury standard, but maybe went downhill a little bit in a couple other different ways, and it doesn't have quite as much as what some vehicles have, although it's still a very nice vehicle. But be sure to check out the full review in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.